That should be our intro song. I'm gonna start in 3, 2, 1.
Dos, tres.
God damn it, Kelsey!
Okay, now, welcome to the Boondoggle podcast, episode number 4? 4. Okay, 4, where we waste our time and yours. I'm Michelle, and I also have Lindsay.
I'm a telephone, apparently.
What?
Telephone going off in the background. Well, there was.
I didn't hear. And Kelsey.
Hey.
And we also have Rebecca back.
Hi.
Welcome back.
If you want me
That was the worst intro ever.
Should we redo it?
No. I'm not
perfect.
redoing it.
Finally, we can reveal our true selves.
So the
identity.
Rebieber is back
And back.
from her moving adventure.
Did you just say I'm REBACK?
We're back.
Guess
She's
who's
Rebieber,
back,
I'm
back again.
It's back.
I'm Rebieber and I'm back.
That sounds like a sequel title. Like, Rebecca. We're back.
That could be the title if you want it to be.
Of
It's
your
like the
documentary.
Oh my god, the Rebeccaning. I am so smart. Oh.
So yeah,
So-
I'm back.
Yeah. Why don't we start off with how did your move go and stuff?
Oh, it was going pretty well. But then we had 2 people come in and stress everybody out, and it was not so fun after they showed up. But we got all our stuff moved. So that's good.
I can't wait till we see it.
I'm going to make a video when there's not like boxes all over the place, so that you guys can like see it in all its glory.
Oh my
God.
god.
It is pretty freaking awesome.
Does Porthos like it?
Yeah, okay, he actually really loves it.
Okay.
Porthos is my cat, in case anybody doesn't know. And we have a little fenced-in yard with, like, not pavement, but, like, you know. And we let him go out there, and he freaking loves it now. And he, like, chases bugs and stuff.
That's
And this is, like, what?
That's great for his diet.
Yeah.
Fine.
This is really weird. Ever since we moved here, he's been coming into my room every night and sleeping on my bed.
He's probably
Which
tired.
Never happened. Like every single night. He never goes into my brother's room and sleep on their bed. He always comes into my room and sleep on my bed. And it's for the entire night, and I don't know why, because he never did that. He slept in their room more than he slept in my room at the apartment. So that's kind of weird, but I like it, because...
Maybe he likes the orientation. Maybe it's facing eastward.
Right.
It
But
also
no,
probably helps that I don't kick in my sleep.
yeah, I was gonna say
I
maybe
can attest to that. No.
maybe it's because are you spending more time with him? Like just the two of you?
I'm gonna get an idea.
What?
You were really glitchy right there. And it sounded really funny.
Was I?
Yes.
You were like,
I said I was with him, like, pretty much more than the other two anyway, before.
That's probably why he's sleeping in your room rather than theirs now.
That's why he would be sleeping in your room, and also he would be like sleeping the entire night because he wouldn't be used to being outside, so it would tire him out.
He also tires himself out going up and down the stairs, I think.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
He also scares the crap out of us sometimes because he likes to stick half his body out on the third floor of the railings and like try to attack a different rail. And we're like, stop it!
At least it's only the third floor, and he would land on his feet.
He would land on the stairs, but if he like fell down a certain way, we're afraid that he would like land on his back or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, that's what my cat does on our railing, and it's good, like, about 6-7 feet from the ground, and she just, like, jumps out onto the grass, and then she just prances away like nothing happened.
But yeah, at least it's not, 13 floors up.
Yeah.
Like my apartment, because he went out on the freaking balcony in the apartment, he pushed open the screen, went out on the balcony, went up onto the railing of the balcony to get to pigeons. And it scared the crap out of me, and I wasn't even there for it.
Just hearing about it just gave you a heart attack.
My brother just told me about it, and I was like... Because, like, if he fell, that would have been, like, the worst thing ever. Like, worst death ever. Like, 13 floors trying to catch a pigeon.
That sounded like the cat would be texting. Like, 13 floors trying to catch a pigeon, LOL.
Tweeting, like, hashtag falling through the sky. Hashtag think I'm dead.
Oh.
Yeah,
Hashtag I'm dead.
Tweet pic.
Got the pigeon, though.
didn't happen.
Cat splattered across the pavement with pigeon in tow. That's really morbid.
That is. Like,
It's okay, though, because he's not dead, and he didn't do that.
So, like, you live in a townhouse now, and it's, like, 500% bigger than your other apartment, right?
500%.
And it's only
I
a
like
little
that
bit
percentage.
more expensive.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. I was about to say, like, is it around the same price? Because that's, like, really good.
Yeah, and also for the fact that Rebecca told us ahead of, like, before we started recording that she's now a 20-minute walk from her school. So I would
Before,
care less.
it was like a 40-minute bus ride, and you had to switch buses, right? So
Yeah.
And now you won't
good.
have to pay for friggin' bus passes.
Like, I'll still keep some in my wallet in case it's, like, raining or something, because I could still catch the bus back to my place.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just the one bus, and it's directly from the school, so...
They really need to, like, fix that so that you don't have to pay.
Okay, if there's a U-Pass next year, which
like what I have.
yeah, I would still get that, because...
Just in case.
Yeah.
What's a
It's
Better
U-Pass?
than buying tickets.
U-Pass
It's a bus
is
pass for the school year that you pay for with your tuition. So you don't have to pay for one every month.
It's kind of like what we do, Michelle.
Yeah.
But it doesn't
Yeah.
have a fancy name.
I had to pay every month for a student pass. And when I turned 20, I'm too old for a student pass, which is stupid because I'm a student.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, what do you think I need the student pass for? And then the adult pass is going to be, like, too much. So it's a good thing that we're moved and I'm only 20-minute walk away.
Yeah, they better have a U-Pass thing or whatever whenever I'm there, because
I really want you to be here now.
I really want to be there, too.
Okay, I want to say this because I'll probably get kicked out, sort of deal, when around the time that you want to go to my school. So we could totally get a place together.
I think I'd asked Kelsey about that. Did I?
Yep.
I think I remember you guys talking about that.
Yeah, because in my mind, I'm just thinking of money. So, like,
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing.
3 people in an apartment is less expensive than 2 people in an apartment. So
It
it's like,
is,
I
trust
wonder
me.
if Rebecca would, like, want an apartment, but I didn't even want to
I would.
ask because I knew that you're getting, like, a townhouse and stuff, and I didn't know your financial situation if you had to, like, live with them or anything, but
No.
we should talk about that later.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
that would help out a lot.
At that
It's
point in
because probably
time,
after this year, they'll find a house.
Oh, yeah.
So that's when they were like, yeah, you're probably going to leave then. And I'm like, crap. Wait, Michelle will be in town. Yes.
I'll be in the neighborhood.
I still don't know what I'm gonna do after my 3 years.
Come with
At our
us.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'll come. My mom actually would
then
like
we can
that.
all live together.
Yeah, and then we could all be like,
Harmony.
at least like me.
And my brother can have a room.
What's your
He'll probably
brother
move
doing?
somewhere else.
Her brother's working.
Like, no, I mean, what's he
Like,
gonna
working,
do
working.
whenever I'll be there?
He'll be there or he won't.
Well, that clarifies things.
Yeah, I don't really know. But by
Uh-uh.
that time, I mean, he'll have full-time work and stuff. So
I thought
he
he
can
was
do
I'm
whatever.
working now.
For the summer he is.
Oh, for the summer? Okay.
He has half a term left of school and then he's done.
Hey.
And then he'll be a full-fledged accountant?
Yeah.
He will be the accountant, finally!
We can get,
Come to
okay. We have to
fruition.
get him like a patch that says the accountant and has
my
like a little logo, and then he could put it on like a jean jacket, and he could be like, "I'm the accountant."
Can we do that? And that could be his graduation present?
My friends,
We could
Yeah, we're-
design an emblem and...
no, you are a superhero.
And then he'll be like, what the heck?
He'd probably be. He'd
Actually,
probably
I
be
think
like,
he'd be pretty happy, actually.
that's what I was gonna say. He's probably
know
gonna
what?
be really confused but really happy at the same time because we acknowledge him.
I
He is there. Wow, look at that.
forget what we were talking about. One day, I think neither of us wanted to do homework or whatever, and I was talking to him about the accountant and stuff, and about just things in general, and he was like, you know what I want? I want, like, oh, right, it's because he poses all the time. Like, he naturally poses. It doesn't matter what he's doing, he's posing. And I point it out to him all the time, and sometimes now he'll, like, look at me and he'll be like, am I posing? And of course, yes. But anyway, so he was thinking about that, and he was standing, and I was like, it looks like you're posing like Napoleon. And he was like, you know what I want? I want a body-length painting done really realistically of me posing like that in accountant wear.
Oh my god.
Yes. Oh my god.
Wait, in that painting, does Napoleon have, like, a cape or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Which
he
are we
has a
talking
cape.
about?
He has a uniform, but, like, my brother would need a cape.
Oh, wait, which painting are we talking about? Just like him standing or him
It's
on
just-
the floor?
Not necessarily even Napoleon, just, like, that generic pose that
The
European
military
men
pose.
did in the 1800s. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
The hand behind the back or in front of the
That's-
chest or whatever, and just, you know, super pompous looking.
we should also
the-
say the accountant is the superhero name that we gave Kelsey's brother because he's going to be an accountant. And Kelsey and I came up with it when we were in a car, and we, like, came up with this, like, whole intricate scenario or something. I don't even remember what it was. But
He had a magical calculator or something. I don't know.
he went to, it was, like, Christmas, and he went to people's houses and did their
was like
taxes for
Santa.
them.
I forgot about that. Oh my god.
Merry
Something-
Christmas, one and all.
Something about at the end of every fiscal year, he would fly down your chimney and do your taxes. And then you'd wake up in the morning and they'd be done, and they'd be like, yes, the accountant is struck again.
And instead of like cookies and milk, it could be like pencils and calculators.
Hey, wait, when your brother's an accountant, does that mean he can do my taxes for me?
He can already do your taxes if you want. He did my parents.
Yeah, you don't have to be like,
God dang.
because my dad does our taxes, but he's not an accountant.
My goal in life is to minimize the amount of people that I have to randomly interact with. Like, I started cutting my own hair because I don't like the interaction between hairdressers and stuff, because it's always, like, really awkward and stuff.
You know what's worse than hairdressers? Dentists, because they talk to you with their fingers in your mouth.
I actually don't want that.
Their fingers.
I haven't been to a dentist in, like, ever. It's like,
Michelle, about your whole hair, it's not like you do much, you just trim it.
no, I always have the same hairstyle. I don't have layers or anything.
If you don't want to trim your hair someday, I can do it. I know how.
Yeah.
I cut your hair too, because I cut my own half the time whenever it gets too long.
I don't trust myself cutting my own hair.
I was at work and I cut my bangs recently, and people were like, "Oh my god, you look really nice, like your face is really well suited for that and stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, I just kind of woke up one morning and was like, I'm gonna cut my hair." And they were like, "What, you cut your bangs? You cut them yourself?" I was like, "Yeah."
It's not rocket science.
Everybody seemed like really surprised. I don't know why. Because I didn't even think, like, cutting your own bangs was a rare thing, because I always hear of people
My mom does that all the
doing
time.
that.
My sister does it, and then it's like really, really short, and then I make fun of her for it.
It's
like
you guys
short-
know
it's-
the logistics of how you get bangs, right?
I don't know. Because
it's not that hard to do.
because someone at First Choice taught her how to really trim your bangs, and she was just going for straight blunt bangs, but she cut them like, and they were like, you know where your what is it called, the part of your hair that starts, start of your hair, anyway,
Hairline?
hairline, thank you.
I
don't
almost
know
said the
why.
hem.
That's what I had in mind. I'm like, is it the hair hem, whatever. The hair hem.
The hair.
Wait. Back to hairlines. She cut them, and they were like only like a few, like I'd say maybe 2 centimeters from her hairline.
Oh.
It looked really bad, and she felt really bad. And I was like, well, you know, you had a lot of hair to deal with. You knew when to stop, but you didn't, because that was when she didn't have bangs.
Yeah, those, like, really short bangs only work on, like, a select number of people.
It's like whenever you have, like, either a really, really small forehead, or is it a really large forehead? I don't know.
You would want a small forehead. If your forehead's too large, it would make your forehead look larger.
Yes.
I would think.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a large forehead and you got, like, really short bangs, it would make your forehead look large.
Yeah, if you have a large forehead, you want long bangs.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, because a lot of people with large foreheads end up getting long bangs because it hides the fact that you have a large forehead.
Yeah.
I should get really short bangs. Or, you know, not.
You should cut your hair short, like your mom.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
She says that, like, all the time. You should get your hair
You would
short.
look really weird with short hair.
I would look like myself as I was in kindergarten. I would have the exact same hairstyle.
Yeah.
Which I actually wouldn't mind, to be honest. I've considered cutting my hair, like, short like that, just because my hair's, like, all dead, and I want it to kind of...
My mom snagged me too far.
Damn it!
But yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about it, because hair takes a long time to grow.
It does. You could get a wig.
Not a
Yeah.
protein, because that's what your hair is. It's protein.
What? So if I eat meat, I'll get a lot of hair?
Yes. No, it's like if you eat your daily amount of like protein or whatever, your hair will. Well, it's like your hair grows half an inch every month.
Unless you're super stressed.
Yeah, unless you're super stressed, then it doesn't. Or you could start going bald.
Well, I'm
But-
already going bald. That's
You just have a very thin crown.
no, like my hair. If I rub my carpet, I will get a handful of my hair. Like I lose my hair a lot, so I think that my hair grows really quickly, and it kind of makes up for that. But I'm still gonna have really thin hair whenever I'm older.
Yeah, your mom kind of has thin hair.
She has very thin hair.
But she's older. But no.
But she's old.
I'm gonna tell her you said that.
Hey, no. Okay, my dad is old. My dad's ancient. I'm allowed to say things like this, and he's starting to thin.
Hey, no, my dad is old. I'm gonna tell him you said that too.
My dad already knows. I call him old fart all the time.
You know that bar that was missing in my internet connection?
Is it back?
Oh, it's gone.
Aww.
Aw.
It heard that we were talking about it, and it left.
I'm gonna run. Oh, it's back again. It's in and out. It's like
It doesn't know if it wants to be here or not. It's like, are these guys okay? Nah, screw these guys.
It's like when you gain a new
back. Oh,
follower.
these guys are cool.
But yeah, I was going to say is what we should do for, like, I don't even know how to do this, but maybe somebody knows how to do this, is, well, first we would have to design, like, an accountant emblem, and then we could get, like, a tablecloth or blanket or something, and we could, like, stitch it into the blanket or whatever, and your brother could use it as a blanket or a cape.
Someone needs to learn how to embroider.
Multi-purpose.
My mom wants me to learn how. She bought me a little kit.
Dude, no, do it. Do it so we can do it. Do the do.
I'm just afraid of stabbing my fingers, but
Yeah.
I'll try.
So should we get on to the topic of...
Can you paper mache your face? Like, is there a safe way to do that?
Yes, there is actually.
Molding.
Okay, I'm gonna need you guys to do that and then send me the molds.
What?
Why?
Oh, is this for you crocheting?
Why would I crochet?
Why are you gonna crochet as burglar masks?
If I wanted to do that, I could just get a pattern for a balaclava.
Oh. I was like, what is that?
I'm really confused right now.
No, I only need the area around your eyebrows and your eyes and your cheekbones because I still want to make Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle masks.
That's what I figured.
And I
That's
think
what
it'd
she's
be-
making masks.
If I want them to fit you well and look good, I need it, I need a strong base that'll
Who's all-
conform to your face.
Who's all who
What?
in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Okay, well, I mean, obviously Lindsay is Raphael.
What color is that?
That's right.
That's red. And I was
Michelle
going to
would
make... Michelle was going to be purple, Donatello. Rebecca was going to be Leonardo, who was blue. And that would leave me as Mikey with orange.
I don't know anything about the Ninja Turtles, but if I'm purple,
Donatello
I'm okay.
is the smart one. Leonardo is the leader.
Who uses a bow pole.
Yeah.
bow staff.
what? Oh.
Michelangelo is the goofy one, and Raphael is the angry one.
A
Thanks.
bopo.
A bow
Sorry.
Say everybody?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
said everyone.
Okay.
And then Kelsey's brother could be Master Splinter.
Except,
Oh my god, Kelsey!
Did you
Remember
know
when we
Master
took
Splinter in
forever?
his phone?
What?
What, Kelsey?
I'm Master Splinter. That's my contact in his phone.
I
I
forgot
made it
about
that way. And he never said it.
Kelsey,
What?
you remember that time when we were sitting at your house
We were sitting
and
on
we
the
took
floor, and we were
not-
like, what is his name? What is his name?
we couldn't
It's
think of his
Master
name.
And I was like, it's something gross.
Master
Growth
Growth?
inspection. And I was like, what? And I was like, it's seriously though. It's something weird. It's like toes.
You're like saying like something getting like stabbed in your skin or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I took a second and I was like, oh, Splinter!
yes.
But it took us like 2 hours because we didn't want to look it up. Because we wanted to figure it out on our own.
So we were like,
It's just we were drawing blanks for no reason.
Oh my god.
I'm just imagining you guys, like, sitting on the floor right next to a computer and Google's open, and you're, like, trying to figure out what his name is.
Because we were, like, determined to figure it out on our own, like, to remember. We're like, oh, it starts with an S, and we keep thinking of the other guy, and blah, blah, blah.
Master Spleen, Master.
I thought you were going to say Master Chief.
Master Chief.
I keep wanting to say Master Chef for
Master
Master
Chef.
Chief because I usually spell chief as chef. It's fine.
Chief.
And Master Chef, Master Chief is actually Gordon Ramsay.
I just imagine Master Chief with, like, a friggin' cook's hat.
Master Chief, like, come on, man, what are you doing with your life?
With the recent...
Keep this pantry clean.
With the recent...
One.
With the recent Halo trailer that came out, imagine it just, like, playing out, but then whenever he goes to, like, lift back his hood, a chef's hat's on wheels.
We should Photoshop that in.
Cooking with Master Chef. Chef? Chief.
Anyway.
I need to Photoshop that.
Should we get back onto the topic?
Yeah,
of
okay.
Rebecca's opinion on E3 because she missed our podcast last week because she was moving. Rebecca, tell us your opinions. Your thoughts.
Okay, so, Sony and Nintendo, I think, totally beat out Microsoft. Because I watched Microsoft, and it wasn't bad, but it wasn't, like, super good, in my opinion. And there was only, like, 3 games that I was, like, kind of interested in. And one, which was Project Spark, which I'm guessing you guys talked about last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it.
I saw it as links. That looks really cool, but I could play that on Windows 8 and the 360.
Really?
Yeah, I looked it up. You can cross-play between Windows 8, Xbox One, and Xbox 360. So you don't even need to buy the Xbox One to play
What the
it.
heck?
And that was the main one that I was excited about.
I was...
It's like
Da-da-da.
it's kind of like how people started posting pictures of the Microsoft booth and they weren't actually running the games on Xbox Ones but on high-end gaming PCs.
Yeah, that's what it looked like anyways.
That's common
No, it
practice,
was.
though, I think.
Because the Windows desktop was showing.
That's common practice, though, I think, at E3 and places like that.
Probably.
Well,
I'm not gonna, like,
I would have
reprimand
to see
them
what,
for that, because... I mean, you wouldn't want to have too many glitches or anything happening while you're at an expo, because it would turn people away from your consoles, for one, and you would have to have people going around trying to fix things.
Yeah.
But
also, something that, like, kind of threw me off at the Microsoft conference was their new Dead Rising game.
Yeah.
Because they just kind of made it into another grungy, cliche zombie game, whereas the first 2 had some, like, life in them and some fun, like going around a thing on your head and a mall and stuff, and it's just, I don't know, I was like, why did you change it into something like that's been done a million times before?
You're really glitching.
yeah, you glitched out, but I still heard everything you said.
Yeah, I was like, I can piece this together.
But I don't even remember that, so it mustn't have been that memorable.
It was really, it looked like a generic zombie game. Like, they tried to make it as gritty and realistic as possible, so it was basically boring. In my opinion, that is.
That wasn't the one where you're, like, walking around and there was, like, thousands of zombies, was it?
Yeah, that's the one.
Well, In its defense, it seems kind of different in the sense that you always have to be kind of running because there's so many zombies.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like there's many safe places.
Yeah, like in the first and second Dead Rising game, I only remember seeing a little bit of playthrough of it, but you had like this safe area, and like you could just like do whatever you wanted there. But even out, because one of them took place in a mall, or they both did. I don't know. Don't quote me on
One took place in a mall, and the other took place somewhere else, I think.
Okay, because like you could go out into the mall and it would still be kind of relatively safe because it would be like the ground floor has more zombies than like the higher floors.
Yeah.
So there was this fighting game that they were showing at the Microsoft conference too.
Was it Killer Instinct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't like it. It
didn't appeal to
TikTok.
you?
It seemed like the characters blended in with the background, and there was no like aesthetic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
It
yeah,
was just kind of really boring.
And that was like a highly anticipated game.
Yeah,
and
because it was
just
by
seemed mediocre.
It was.
yeah, because it's by Rare, and when Microsoft bought Rare, because Rare has made like Banjo-Kazooie and stuff like that. So, like, as soon as Microsoft, like, bought them out, they haven't been making, like, any sequels to those games in forever.
And
So,
Killer
like,
Instinct was one of those series that
it was,
hadn't
like,
gotten a sequel yet.
Beloved game, and then finally they're like, oh, by the way, Xbox One, here you go, and then it's like, it's nah. It's nah.
Yeah. Anyway, going on to, like, the Sony one in comparison, the sharing the game tutorial.
Yeah.
I laughed so hard at that. They're like, step 1, share the game. Here you go. Thank you.
Tutorial
Ta-da!
over.
Oh, yes.
Step 1 is the only step.
It's not even technically step 1. It's like step 0, almost.
Step this.
It's the pre-step.
Just the amount of sass coming from Sony in the past like month or so against Microsoft is like one of my favorite things ever.
Yeah.
It's like so funny. Here, tutorial on sharing games. Oh, we're going to show you how games are, and they have to actually input a thing announcing like shared games is like a new feature, but it's not. It's just they're announcing it like this. And everybody's like, yeah, just because Xbox One has screwed up so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Another thing that I recently learned about Xbox is I recently reblogged something about it, so you might have seen it.
Oh, I saw it, yeah.
But somebody asked about what would happen if your account is suspended, like what would happen to your games,
Yeah, I
because
saw that.
you have to attach your games to your account. And Xbox replied saying that you lose the licenses to those games that are attached to your account if you're suspended. And another person asked would I be able to be reimbursed for those games if I was suspended? And they said, oh no, you lose
Of course
them.
not.
So it's basically like you are renting games
Yeah, that's
from
what I was saying.
Xbox for like
full price.
$60.
Yeah.
And your starting fee is to buy an Xbox One. And that's just... Because people end up being suspended for, like, no apparent reason just because, like, you
Someone
could
gets
glitch
bumped
out
per
and
se.
somebody could think that you're doing something weird, or... And some people just report people just because they can.
Yeah.
Like
Literally anyone who wants to buy an Xbox now and knows that they might get suspended, what could you be thinking, like, especially if you've been suspended before on, like, the 360 or something? What's going through your mind? Like, oh, I'll never get suspended on the Xbox One, but someone could report you for, like, literally nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
I would
And
be
now they have
so
some
worried
reason
about
to
that.
do it because
I
now
know.
you're more like a dick. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like, what if you're smack talking in a game And then, like, some 13-year-old's like, I'm really offended by that. They report the person, and then it's like, well, thanks, you asshole. Now I have, like, a giant paperweight.
And because of that, how many people do you think will go and purposefully report people just to try to suspend them so that they lose licenses to stuff? Like,
yeah, like,
if somebody doesn't like you and they find out what your account is, they could report you, and then you'd lose it for no reason, just because somebody doesn't like you.
That's what I fear for a lot of Let's Players that play on Xbox. Like, what if they get the Xbox One, people know their gamer tag, and say, oh, this person has been doing really mean stuff, and then they get suspended. Like, their whole, like, especially if that's all they do are Let's Plays, their life living is gone. It's kind of like what Nintendo's been doing lately.
Their life living?
Yeah, life living. Sorry, I can't explain things well, but
the other problem with it, your physical copy basically being useless and having to connect to the internet every 24 hours or whatever, after a certain period of time, when that service goes down, you can't play those games anymore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas right now, I could play my GameCube games, or I could play my 64 games, or I could play my Atari games if I freaking wanted. But Xbox One games, no, because the service is down, and you have to connect to the internet to play anything, which is stupid.
I hadn't even thought of that. What if, like, people are all worried, like, oh, if my internet goes out, I won't be able to check in and I won't be able to play my games. But what if, I know that they have a lot of servers and stuff, but what if something happened with Xbox itself or Microsoft itself?
Oh, yeah.
And something happened that they couldn't check in? So then your Xbox, everybody's Xboxes would lock down. I don't even know if that's possible.
Well, it's kind of like, I know the PlayStation Network has done this a couple times. Like, their servers will crash. You won't be able to get on for, like, a couple of days. You're literally screwed for Xboxes. Like, if that ever happens on the Xbox One, if their servers crash, if they have, like, a bug or something, and you can't get on for a couple of days, kind of like what you're saying, Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally, you're going to be screwed. And also, like, say your account gets hacked. That's another thing.
Also, if Microsoft itself goes under, I'm not saying it will, but hypothetically, if it did, like other companies do, you wouldn't be able to play those games. Whereas now, all you have to do is, go to a used game store or something, and get a game that, you could not buy anymore, and voila, you can play it.
Oh yeah, what will happen when, theoretically, a new Xbox comes out after this one? Will they, like, how long will the service continue that you'll be able to check in?
I wouldn't know how long the service would be. They would probably leave it for the gen after the Xbox One for at least halfway through. And
until everyone converted over to the new console.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, and then the next one after that would be gone.
Yeah, I mean...
Because it's a waste of money for Microsoft, I think.
And I don't...
that service.
I don't know about... I think that kind of the hardcore Xbox people who will buy Xbox, they really like to switch to the next console. They don't like to have to go back. So, I mean, that theoretically wouldn't be a problem, but...
But for casual people, it's kind of like, well, I'm literally fucked. Thank you, Microsoft. I just want to sit here on my Xbox One, but no, you had to come out with a new console. Like, seriously?
And if someone comes that late into the game, like the next one is being announced, like what you're doing, Michelle, where you're waiting for the next one to be announced and then getting like 360 or whatever. Mm-hmm. What if somebody did that and then like just a little while later they couldn't use Xbox One anymore?
That would suck. That also reminded me of another thing. I saw a video of, I don't know what the guy's name is. He's like kind of a major face in Microsoft and with the Xbox One. He revealed the Xbox One.
Yeah.
I don't know his
Is
name.
his name Yusuf?
Maybe.
Is it the guy that went on and he was the back during the Xbox conference, like
he
way
revealed
before
the
E3.
Xbox.
I think I know what video
the
you're
design.
going to talk about.
Yes,
I haven't
yes,
gotten
yes.
to see it yet.
But there was a video of a kind of interview that he did, and somebody, I can't remember exactly, but they'd asked about like having to always be online, and some people can't be online, and he basically said, well, if you can't, we do have the 360 that you can use, which doesn't need to be online. And the guy was like, so your suggestion is go with the 360? And he was like, well, yeah, but... And
You don't have internet.
it was really stupid.
Yes.
I'll try to find the video so that we can put it in the link dump, but...
I think I just put in my drafts, like, a little while ago.
Okay, if you
I
did,
haven't gotten
then...
to see it yet, so I don't know if it's that specific video, but it probably is, because they said that they were trying to take it down.
Yeah, that's
places.
the video.
So,
Yeah.
I kind of figured that's what it was. I thought it was going to be them sassing Sony, because I think it said it was after the Sony whatever, but I guess
The
not.
Sony reveal.
No.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure it's that.
So,
You okay, Kelsey?
Yeah, fine.
Just thought you were dying. It's fine.
so is that, like, all we needed to talk about for E3?
Hold on.
What did you think about Kingdom Hearts 3?
Oh my god.
Thank
I'm
you!
so excited for that.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
gosh, guys.
Oh
Kingdom
my
Hearts
God.
3.
At first, when I was looking at it, because the design is different.
Well, it is.
So
nice.
it was a little bit, like, weird to look at first. It was
Did
still
it
pretty,
feel
it's just it wasn't the same. But then it got into, like, the gameplay, and I was, like, blown away. It was so nice.
Did it feel kind of, like, softer? Like, almost, like, pastel-y? Because that's what I was feeling.
I like it, though.
I do, too. What
There
about,
was-
Okay, no, continue if you have more to say.
I was gonna say there was, like, way more games in the short... I didn't even get to see all of Sony's conference, but in the amount that I did see, there was at least, like, 7 games or more that I thought were cool and I would buy. Like, okay, I wrote down Batman Arkham Origins as, like, in the list of games, but the J and the H are really close to each other, so it's Batman Arc Jam or Arc Jammed.
Damn!
And the
What
other
about
thing,
Final
the
Fantasy?
what?
What about
Final
the new Final Fantasy?
I didn't get. You mean has it been announced?
The Final Fantasy 15?
Is that like the Versus game?
Yeah, it's been
I
retitled.
didn't get to see that. I got up to.
Oh, go watch it.
Oh, I will
It looks
after.
pretty cool, man.
I
I'm
got up
excited.
to where they were talking about where they showed the trailer for Infamous Second Son and Knack in that
Okay.
area. So that's where I kind of like stopped and had to come on here and talk to you guys. But yeah, that is it. Is it the Versus from like
yeah,
ago?
yeah,
That's
for forever
I'm
ago.
still excited for that.
Oh, it's so gorgeous. They've changed the plot a bit, I think.
Well, it's probably gonna change if it's been that long.
Yeah, like, you remember how before it was like, oh, by the way, you're gonna be going, like, outside the kingdom and all that? I think they changed it so you stay inside of it, and it's just big. I don't know. There's only, like, the one trailer and then a gameplay trailer.
The other thing I wanted to say was the way the PS3 looks at first. Yeah, sorry, my bad. I'm so used to saying the 3.
I know.
The way the new PlayStation looks at first, you're like, oh, I was like, oh, it's kind of boxy looking, and it kind of looks like the Xbox One in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But then I noticed how much smaller it was. and how they actually like have some, small things in it that just don't make it just like a box, like Xbox One. What?
You're basically saying the exact same thing that I said. At first,
Am I?
I saw it and I was like, oh, this looks so much like the Xbox One and blah, blah. I'm not actually sure that I can't tell if it's smaller or not. I'm not good with
It is
When
smaller.
the guy was holding
sizing.
it, the guy with tiny hands,
Giant man.
it looked smaller. Like, it looked like he could
It's
pull out
probably-
his jacket and surprise us with it like they
You
did
should have done that. Ta-da! But no, I think it's like half the size of the Xbox One.
I don't think so.
Just by judging.
Because there was a picture of a sizing thing for the Xbox One, and it's like a little bit bigger than two pen lengths.
Oh yeah, that. I don't agree with that because it looks like they were holding it like close up to where the camera was.
It was on the table, wasn't it?
No. The guy was the picture that I saw, it was someone holding the pen, and then taking the picture. So it looked like it was closer to the camera than it was to the Xbox One.
I'd have to say. Well, another way to look at it is it's basically two disc lengths.
Oh yeah. So that's roughly the size of like a laptop, like a 15-inch laptop.
Yeah, it's probably about the length of my laptop, which I'm not sure. It's probably a bit longer than the Wii U.
The other thing that I liked with the PS4 is how they had that like line of blue light when
the
it's
racing
on.
stripe.
Yeah, I actually like that because I was actually thinking like the Xbox One would look better if they had some green color in it, because that's supposed to be their color is green and black.
Now it's liquid black.
Now it's just black, liquid
No,
black.
It's liquid black.
Tar.
I was like, guys, just calm down. It's black.
Tar. Kelsey, it's tar.
Yeah.
Not really much of a variation between black and black.
There's black and then there's black.
But yeah, the blue light gives it just a little bit of color, and it's kind of nice. And then the Xbox One is just like brick, a liquid black.
Yeah, they're
She's
like
a brick. Ow.
House.
Probably build a house with the Xbox One. Like, just stack them.
and you can
if
build a
you don't-
rhombus house out of the PlayStation 4.
But no, I'm pretty sure the Xbox One would make a great building material. You could make a pretty sturdy house out of that.
Also, there was a game that they showed called Rain, and I wanted to say it reminded me a lot of a mix-up between Eco and that game on the Wii called Lost in
Shadow.
Shadow.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
really want to get that. Oh.
Me too. It looks so cute.
During the trailer for it, I nearly cried because of just of the music. I was like, no. Children. sad
Also,
music.
I want to get Batman Arc Jam.
I also cried during that trailer.
The Joker looks so good in it.
For the
Also,
brief
I don't
moment
know-
that he was shown.
I don't know what Tearaway is, but it looks cute.
It's a Vita game, unfortunately.
It's
And
funny
that's-
how the guy said Tearaway. I was like,
Tearaway.
it's supposed to be tear away. Like you tear something away.
I'm pretty sure we didn't talk about this on the lad
The
pod-
lab
pod-
On the
podcast.
back.
on the last podcast we didn't talk about this, but in the Sony conference they were really pushing Vita like crossover stuff, so it's like, please buy this. Please, we want to get this out of stock. Please.
Spoiler alert, I'm not gonna buy it.
I'm not gonna buy it either, like really.
There's a couple of games I would like to play on the Vita,
But not enough.
not enough to go buy it.
I haven't even heard of any games like
There's
on
a
the
good
Vita.
game called Gravity Rush.
I wanted to play that one, and I think there's really only like 2 games.
Yeah, it's like 2
And
games.
one I already have.
You already have one of them? You have Gravity
This-
Rush?
This one's okay. Gravity Rush isn't it? But I
Oh.
wanted to play that one. And Persona 4 Golden. just
Oh.
yeah.
just
I
to
forgot
have
about-
extra stuff in it. Extra stuff is fun.
I'm gonna make a segue by saying, like, I wouldn't want a Vita, even if, well, if there was enough games that I wanted to play on it, maybe, but I don't even like using handheld gaming systems because I don't buy enough games for them. The only one that I've recently bought enough games for is my 3DS, and I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing.
Yes.
Because
I missed playing Animal Crossing yesterday.
really?
So
'Cause you're
bad. I was like really busy like unpacking stuff all day and stuff.
I would have been like trying to unpack while playing, like using my elbows to pick things up.
That's what
Come
I
on,
do when I do my
this.
chores.
But yeah, since we're talking about Nintendo DS's and Animal Crossing, I want to move on to like the Nintendo Direct. That was so good. I was so excited for like everything in that.
Yeah.
Because what's good about, some people think it's like a bad idea that they didn't go to E3. Well, they did, but they didn't have a conference at E3. But honestly, it's like people know, like the people that are watching E3 know that Nintendo's not going, and if they don't know that they're not going, then they'll be like, oh, there's no Nintendo conference, and then they look it up anyway and watch it. But it's good that they had it ahead of time so that they could get out all the information that they wanted to get out through a conference in a shorter format that's less annoying.
Yeah.
And, gets you more excited, because all they did was show games. And then when you get to E3, like the people who get into E3, they go straight to the booth and can play all the games that they heard about the day before. Like, it's a good idea.
Exactly.
Yeah, like the way I see it is the next time like Miyamoto and them will be at E3 is when they release, like whenever they're revealing the new Legend of Zelda game for console.
Like,
Maybe.
and it costs
That's what
less
I
money.
think at least.
It costs less money for them to do Nintendo Direct and then have a booth than to have a conference and a booth.
And
So-
also, Nintendo's, like, I know that Microsoft and Sony are well known enough, but Nintendo's known in a way where the fact that they didn't have a conference didn't really faze me.
No.
Like, if...
No,
Like,
yeah.
at first I thought it was weird, and I was like, why wouldn't they have a conference? But that was because I didn't know at the time that they were doing a Nintendo Direct. And it's also good that they did Nintendo Direct starting earlier this year, like when they started doing it, because then it's not a surprise, like, for E3, that their whole thing was just Nintendo Direct and then the booth, because they've been doing it for months now, where it was just Nintendo Direct. So they did a good job. Like,
Yeah.
I thought you said Nintendo Direct and booze.
And it was also nice because we didn't get to see Reggie be really awkward on stage.
my body is ready.
My body is Reggie.
Ready.
Oh.
Also, you get to hear, oh crap, I can't remember his name. The
Iwata?
guy who talks in Nintendo Direct.
Iwata.
Yeah,
Is it
Iwata. You get to hear him talk, and I love
Don't
when
you just... Yeah, because then you're like, oh, you're just adorable.
Everybody at Nintendo is so cute. Just
I know.
saying.
God damn it.
That's why they make cute games.
When Miyamoto comes out on the stage with the freaking sword, you're like, oh, look, he's having so much fun. Swing that sword.
Like, Nintendo doesn't even have anything to prove.
No.
They're just adorable.
They already have people.
I saw the numbers in comparison to Sony and Microsoft, and they're not doing so bad, if you know what I mean.
What do you mean, numbers? Numbers and what?
Like, cash flow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Nintendo's
Like
friggin'
32
rich.
million or something. I don't know. And Microsoft was in the red.
Of course
Yeah.
it was in the red. Red Rig of Doom.
And Sony was doing alright. And Sony learned their mistake from the PS3 putting the price point so high.
Yep.
Last time, Microsoft did not learn from Sony's mistake. Because they just switched prices.
It's kind of like their siblings. like half siblings maybe, and it's like, no, I did something dumb. I'll make up for it. And Microsoft is like, hey, he did this last time. I should copy him.
It's kind of funny. Me and my brother were talking yesterday, and we were saying how like Nintendo and Sony are like the two old guys that teamed up together to take down like the youngsters or whatever. Because now Sony's like, or not Sony, sorry, Sega is like
Yeah.
with Nintendo.
Sega. Dun, 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 dun.
They had a good rivalry going for a long time.
Indeed.
Indubitably.
So is that all you had to say?
Okay, maybe one more thing.
Okay.
I didn't get all the information on it or whatever, but like there was like video and music unlimited for the PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I barely
and what-
remember what that was about.
I think Fraser said that music unlimited was like $4 a year. I could be wrong.
Well, I think he
It was
bought
really
it.
cheap.
He
Yeah,
bought
by the way.
it when it was really cheap, and because he's a PlayStation Plus
Yeah,
subscriber, it's
He got
cheaper
like,
for
yeah.
him.
but like getting video and music unlimited for like really cheap price for a year and
Yeah,
Netflix together would create like the ultimate media. They could rule the world.
I just
I think
realized.
Talking to my sister about this, and she was like, "Why hasn't Sony bought out Netflix?" And I was like,
I don't want. I don't want anybody to buy out Netflix because something will go wrong.
I know, but I was just kind of like, I can't agree with that, but at the same time, I know where you're coming from. I think Sony would treat Netflix really well, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, something might go wrong.
I think Netflix is doing well enough on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they got their own series going. Like
Oh,
two
yeah.
series
Yeah, really.
on Netflix. I think they're fine. I haven't heard it. Everybody uses Netflix now. Anybody
Oh, my
who
sister is getting rid of our Netflix. It's
Why?
well,
Guess.
it's only because because she doesn't have a job right now, and we don't really
can't
use it
pay
during
the
the summer.
$8.
Well, like she doesn't really go on there anymore because she's like, they don't have any series that I want to watch because we're not American. And I'm like, yeah, I can understand it. I only ever
I
watch
guess
watch
that
documentaries.
helps you out because then she won't be on Netflix and
Yeah,
it
but
won't
she's getting
interrupt
rid
your
of it.
internet.
Oh yeah. Well, no, because she still goes and watches like videos in the highest quality possible, and then I'm like, I just want to watch a minute YouTube video. I just want to browse Tumblr. I'm not taking up a lot of bandwidth. Why do you do this to me? It's not fair.
Someone's like clanking and stuff outside my window. And I don't
I
like
thought you
it.
were saying someone was clanking, and I was like, I didn't do anything.
I'm imagining now is you looking out your window and be like, oh, and there's just like a guy planking. So, and you just pull the curtains. Like, goodbye.
I never realized how big Chris Evans' arms are.
Oh,
Really weird.
Okay, you know a game I'm like super excited for?
what game?
Beyond Two Souls.
Yes.
Ellen Page.
The Ellen Page simulator.
I'm so annoyed that like all girls in
Video games.
video games end up looking like Ellen Page because like
She just has that face that she can look like anyone. And
no,
everyone
but it's
just ends up
also the
looking like
fact
her.
that she looks like it's hard to explain. It's kind of like a feminist thing, but they're making that kind of character like the main character because they look weaker and you'll want to protect them, and it kind of, I don't know. It just bothers me. I won't get much into it.
No, I know where you're coming from, though. It's like they want to make them look like the sweet little thing that you just want to, take a bullet for. So it's like
I thought you were gonna say, like, shoot them. I was like, what?
Take a bullet too. But in the Beyond Two Souls game, she does a lot on her own and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
And
It's
Ellen
just...
Page kinda is a
Like,
badass.
she's pretty badass in it. Like, kicking people.
I just don't like that a lot of people end up looking like Ellen Page in the video game thing.
Well, then,
We need a
you should-
variety.
I
hey,
don't like that
remember
everyone
we
always
had
looks the
variety.
same.
Yeah.
Always what?
Looks the same.
Yeah.
play Remember Me. Nilin does not look like regular video game girls.
To me,
Oh.
it kinda does.
Yeah, I'll get on playing that, because, you know, I can.
Okay.
I'll have to, like, lend you my PS3 for, like, a week. Here you go. Have it back by Friday.
You should
How-
just lend me the game.
I can lend you the game. Like, when I go...
Good.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Because
we
I
can lend
cannot.
games?
What? What?
I
But no, I'll
I-
lend you the game, Kelsey.
I can't play anything right now though. I was going to take the PS3 from my brother like we planned last week, right?
Yeah.
Spoiled.
But, he's doing a charity thing though, playthrough of
Charity.
Final Fantasy V or something, so he needs it for now.
Like, child's
Wait,
play?
what?
I forget what it's called.
Oh my
But
goodness.
I don't know, there's this guy's doing this thing where you get a certain setup for Final Fantasy V and you like contact him through Twitter, which my brother made a Twitter, which I'm not going to advertise anyway. And so he had to sign up through that and he has to do this playthrough and then take a screenshot of whenever he finishes and send it in, and it's for charity or something.
Oh, okay.
But
Speaking of Final Fantasy, when
Wait,
did I become the Final Fantasy guru?
Because you know a lot.
Do I?
Because of your brother. I don't know. I just assume you
I think
know a lot.
Kelsey
because of
might
your
know more
brother.
than me.
no, man, I'm pretty sure I know the most.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. My
Like how
bad.
Kelsey is the Animal Crossing guru.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that
Duh.
reminds
I'm
me.
obviously the Mario Party. Well, the Mario game one.
I
Okay, you
was
suck.
playing Animal Crossing, and since I didn't have internet, I had just been putting like movies on the TV, and so I put in the new Winnie the Pooh movie into the PS3 while I was playing Animal Crossing, and it didn't hit me until like I was playing through some of the movie, and I was like, oh my god, this is what Kelsey said. With her description on Animal Crossing. It was like the combination of Winnie the Pooh and Animal Crossing.
Oh,
I was
God.
spot on.
Expert.
Can tell the future. I don't know how, but
Okay, so we should talk about Animal Crossing, because we are getting pretty long.
Pretty long.
Pretty long.
Don't forget we started recording like way sooner than what we should have.
No, I restarted recording.
Oh, I didn't.
Okay. So, Rebecca, Animal Crossing.
Michelle.
I got really annoyed Saturday because I couldn't build stuff as my
Because it was the
mayoral
bug.
duties allow me to because of the freaking bug off. And I
Oh.
was like, maybe after the bug off is done, I can do my stuff. No.
Nope. On event days, you can't do stuff like that.
Oh, but she's in
shit.
there all day, so
Yeah.
like you hypocrite. But yeah, Daniel was like wondering my brother was wondering how I got so much stuff, like different stuff that he like wanted, and he was like, "Oh, it's because you talk to people all day." He's like, "Well, I'm at work."
What kind of stuff did you get?
It's like
That coat that I own now.
I should
that
turn it
picked up.
on and check what stuff I have.
Okay, in the meantime, Oh, okay. For the longest time, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my house because you can change the exterior of your house.
Oh, yeah?
And it annoyed me that, like, it didn't preview what your house would look like with stuff, so I just kind of randomly started buying stuff just to see what it would look like. And I bought this, like, black brick kind of fencing thing, and it looked
I think
really...
I have that.
It looked really ominous, and I was like... I know what I'm doing with my house now. I'm gonna make it freaking ominous. So now my goal is to make it look as ominous as possible, and I'm gonna have bushes like cutting off where my house is, because my house is kind of in like a little crevice-y kind of thing where there's only one direction that you can get to it. So I'm gonna have bushes blocking it off with only like one little entrance, and then I'm building a "Do Not Enter" sign right in front of it.
It's really good that the animals in Animal Crossing can't read.
Yeah. Somebody requested a "Do Not Enter" sign, and I was like, "Fine, I'm gonna build you a freaking "Do Not Enter" sign."
Oh, by the way, my animals actually started like contributing to the fountain build that I'm doing.
Really?
Yeah, they took a while for me to do the bridge.
It takes a really long time.
I haven't even
I'm like paying off like 10,000 every now and then, and they're just like, yeah, here's like 100, here's 5. I don't care. Here.
Okay. Some stuff I got from villagers were like popcorn machine, soda, refrigerator machine.
You should make yours a circus.
Bowling pins. I have it set up a foosball table, a stool.
Or you could be a bar.
I put them all together in like one area of the room. I got like a Lucky Frog statue, which looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Going upstairs. I for my upstairs.
You already have upstairs?
Yeah, I bought it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It got bigger. For my upstairs, I ended up getting. Hold on. Oh, fake statue. I got like an iron suit guy.
Yeah.
A wooden stone broken pillar.
Stone pillar broken.
A mummy casket. An old camera.
Is it gonna be like a museum type place?
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Oh,
like an excavation.
Whenever your second floor of the museum opens and you can start up exhibitions of your own, you should put that stuff in there.
Should.
I know like so
Speaking
little
of
about
museums.
You want to go to one?
Actually, yes, I do. I'm planning a trip to one. I don't know when,
I
but
will
I am.
accompany you.
Good.
Museum.
Somewhere in the city. The one that it was just renovated.
Is this the one that's been like renovated for like?
Is it the dinosaur one?
Yeah.
The museum?
Isn't that one always
of
being renovated?
Civilization.
Yeah, but they've
The Nature Museum?
like, yeah, it's the Museum of Nature.
I thought
But
it was
I want to go there.
Take me.
Yeah, and I know
Okay.
Brooke wants to go too, and I think we should all go.
I had to go there for school. I had to go there like twice. But
I
it was
was
like
thinking-
a year ago, so it was fine.
Whenever you mentioned that, you mentioned it on Tumblr or something, and I was like, hey, I could meet you there. But you were going for school, and I had class, so I
Still
didn't.
coulda.
Skip school.
And I know how to get there now. It's really close to where I live.
Yeah,
Man.
it is.
But
I didn't realize like
Thanks.
where it was when I actually, until I actually had to like walk around there. And I was like, I had no idea it was here because they always would get a drive there. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't realize what was close by.
like I could walk there. Anyway,
You can literally walk there, yeah. Just take a short bus ride too, if you
Yeah.
wanted.
yeah, it'd be like 5 minutes. But anyway, I was also going to mention the Brain Scoop is a YouTube channel
Yes.
that it's in a museum and it involves some cool stuff.
Dead
So-
things,
Yeah.
which are cool.
I think it's cool. Even the taxidermy stuff is pretty cool.
I think pretty much everything to do with museums is pretty cool.
Hey,
Yeah. And
every
then
time I think of taxidermy now, I
Beatrice
think
Virgil.
of that Jan Martel book.
Beatrice and Virgil.
Yeah. Every time.
Awkward silence.
I thought somebody else would have something else to add to the museum thing.
I did, and I kind of briefly forgot what I wanted to say.
Oh, Kelsey, since you're speaking, like,
Yeah.
right now, I'm
Yes.
gonna say that you would probably like Animal Crossing. I know you can't play it, but
Yeah.
the reason you would like Animal Crossing is because there's a family, in fact, a whole island of Kappas.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's a Captain Kappa called
Yep.
Captain,
It's Cap'n.
and he takes you on a boat ride to
And
the
he
island,
sings.
He sings,
sings to
sometimes
you.
about cucumbers.
and he compliments you.
Yeah, he, like, flirts with you, and on the
He
island
has a wife.
is
and
his
child.
wife and his daughter and older
His
lady,
old-
which is probably
His
his
old
mom.
lady.
His mother.
That sounds amazing.
It is.
Can you flirt
It's so
back?
great.
I wish. No,
Katie's gonna
Can
romance.
you
I
live
wish.
Hilarious.
there?
I wish. Oh my god.
Okay, has anybody turned off their game without saving yet?
No.
Do it.
I have.
Don't. You end up getting the surveillance place, right?
You get the option to build
Yeah.
the surveillance place afterwards, which I would totally do because who wouldn't want Mr. Rossetti
Yeah.
popping up every time?
have
It's so
people-
sad. He's like, this is the only time I can pop up.
I know.
I'm like, what? In case anybody, like Kelsey, for instance, needs to know, every time you reset the game or
Without
it turns
saving.
off without saving, when you turn it back on, this mole named Mr. Rossetti will
I know who
pop
he is.
up. What?
I said I know who he is.
And
Okay.
he yells at you
He yells
for
at
like
you.
ever. It's really freaking long. He like
First
gives
time
us a
around?
whole lecture.
First time around, he doesn't yell at you as much. Because he's
But
like,
if you
oh,
keep
okay.
doing it,
If you keep doing this though, he has like different dialogue. Like, what the hell are you doing?
Girl,
I
don't
would
do it.
5 times already.
I
Why
would
can't
love
we
to
just
sing.
did it?
I was
with
just
him.
thinking of that thing you were blowing.
It made me laugh a lot.
What was it again?
I would quote it, but I can't.
Same.
Okay,
I think
I will
Lindsay should.
quote it. I would quote it. It has something like whatever like in I think it's in the GameCube version or in the
It
DS.
was Wild World.
Okay,
Yeah.
it was in Wild World. It's whenever you can say a phrase back to Rossetti and like a certain one like there's
He
like
was like, now say something. And it was like, I won't reset again or something.
yeah, and then like but instead this person said go fuck yourself.
And then Rossetti was like, what was that?
It's like he knows.
I've been reblogging so much Animal Crossing stuff, and
You
I
don't even play it.
I don't even play it.
I have to talk
have to
about
talk-
this. I have to talk about the,
No.
I have, no, I have to talk about this. Anyway, so I reblogged some artwork and it's from Attack on Titan. Y'all should watch it or read it. It's really good. And it was like
To
the
finish
Animal
2
Crossing.
shows before I can.
I know, Kelsey. I know. It's only 11 episodes so far. But anyway,
I know them.
shut up.
Go.
You shut
Yeah.
up.
Just talk.
Okay. But anyway, and they made Animal Crossing versions of them, and one is a giraffe, and he looks really nervous. He's like, "Why?"
Oh
am
yeah,
I-"
I saw that.
And I was like, "Oh, he's a giraffe."
I really have to say this because it was really funny when it happened. But I have a bear in my town named Pudge, right?
Yeah.
And he does the little surprise, oh, I'm gonna run over and talk to you, and he ends up giving me the option to change his motto.
Mhm.
And so I was like sitting there trying to think of a motto, and my brother was like, hey, you should make him say, hey, boo boo. And I was like, yeah, I'll do that. And then I typed in, hey, boo boo, with the boo boo being one word because otherwise it wouldn't fit. And I went to enter it, and it stopped me from putting it in.
Oh yeah, did you put that on Tumblr or something? I saw something like that.
No, but
Somebody tried to write boo boo and it wouldn't let them.
yeah, because it says boob.
Oh.
It's like you can't use that those words. I was like, what word? I was like, oh my god.
Because I remember in like
because it goes boo boo.
yeah, it's because in like the GameCube and DS versions, people would make them say like like strangest and like not appropriate sayings. So I guess they made a blacklist of words.
Okay, does anybody have any shops yet? Like new shops?
I have the plant shop.
The garden
Why can't
center.
I get a new freaking shop? Nobody.
Okay,
You have to
get the
spend
a lot of money.
A lot of money.
I buy everything in every store every day.
Okay,
Really?
at the Nooklings store,
Yeah.
I think you're supposed to
Nookling?
spend like $10,000. You're supposed to, spend $10,000 there in order to get the garden center. And then for
Oh, that's
Shampoodles,
not right.
No, for the garden center, you need to plant
you need
flowers
to do garden
and pull weeds.
stuff. That's right.
what? Oh no, it's $10,000 to upgrade it. Sorry.
You
Yeah.
have to do a certain amount of gardening stuff to get the garden place.
And I've done
And
a
for
bunch of
everything
gardening.
else, you have to
Buy stuff.
Spend
Buy-
money.
you have to buy more stuff from Nooklings and
The Able sisters.
Mabel and Sables and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
so
just
you
annoyed.
basically have to wait for Nooklings to upgrade, which is kind of annoying, but
Yeah, because mine's being
I
upgraded.
really want kicks
more.
in my town.
I know.
Yeah. I hate my shoes so much. But no, my Nookling store is upgrading tomorrow, so I won't have it. Sad face.
I didn't think to buy anything from Nooklings because there was like never anything I really, really wanted.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, I should buy stuff.
Yeah, I started buying like everything right away because I knew that you needed it to upgrade and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've been
Plus,
getting those
I wanted to fill out my catalog.
fortune cookies though.
Fortune cookies?
Yeah, at
I
the
started getting
Nooklings.
those.
Yeah, I started getting those.
I have fortune cookies downstairs.
Same
The
here.
last one,
Not-
the last one I got was number 6, and it had nothing in it.
Really?
I was so mad.
I've
Like,
gotten.
oh, yeah, my brother's got a pipe, and he's got.
I've
and
gotten.
I got a Varia suit, which is a
a
Metroid
Samus suit.
Samus suit.
Yeah, I got that.
And I
this.
got the hero outfit, like Link's
Oh, neat.
outfit. So I was like, yeah.
I've gotten the Samus suit.
I
and
did.
helmet.
My brother has like the hat. I don't have the helmet.
And I also got that in Mario World or Super Mario Bros. The fire thing, the bar thing that you have to.
Oh,
get-
yeah.
Yeah, that thing. I got that, and I was like, "This is ugly, and I hate it."
I got that today.
I have triple bananas, which is like 3 banana peels. I have Fee's head. I have Samus's helmet and her like top or whatever, and I have a Triforce.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I made 2 outfits.
I made a couple.
I've only made one because I needed a town flag, but it also worked as a t-shirt.
Okay. Most Lindsay and Kelsey don't know this, but I think I told Michelle. I named my
Kit Kat,
town.
go away. Sorry.
I named my town Kit Kat, go away. No. I named my town Beanton.
Ah!
And the flag is a bean, like the Boondoggle bean. But like, I think it was a polka dot bow tie, and I couldn't give it eyelashes because otherwise it would look weird.
Yeah.
And I forgot the blushies, but I'm gonna do that because I didn't have internet to get a reference. So
Yeah.
Go away.
Is she up on your table?
Oh, no, she's just being really annoying right now.
It's like last week when the cats kept trying to get my bacon.
the Adventures of Kelsey and her bacon
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's cool? Speaking of adventuring, my brother got me an early birthday present.
I think I saw.
Yeah, season
I
2
forget
of
what it was,
Boondoggle.
though. Oh yeah, I kind of told Michelle this story because it involved Adventure Time season 2. When we went in to go get Animal Crossing, there was like the douchiest douche at
Great
electronics.
Oh, yeah.
And basically what happened was we were talking to this guy in front of us whose son was like really excited to get like Injustice, so he was like kicking his dad like it was a fighting game, and we were joking around with him that like, oh, whose game is it going to be? He was like, well, might be mine now, sort of thing. And I was like, yeah, play it in front of him, sort of thing. And then the electronics guy came up, and we both wanted to go get a game, so we followed him over with the guy, and that guy got the Injustice game, and he was holding on to it, and they're about to go back to the cache, and then my brother was like, oh, hey, can we just get 2 games out of the DS case right now instead of doing a back and forth thing? This is literally what he said and how he said it. He was like, excuse me, sir, I can only help one person at a time, to a customer. Like, it's like, we're already over here. It's going to be more of a waste of time to go there to the cache.
Especially if it's along the way.
Yeah, and then come back and get our game. It's like, and the guy that we had been talking to with his kid or whatever just gave him this look like, what the hell are you talking about? So he ended up getting the 2 Animal Crossing games out of the case, and then we went to buy it, and that guy went and bought it, and Daniel gave him like the discount card. So, you know, it's like we should know what we're talking about. He's worked there before. So we go to leave, and we're like, hey, let's look at the DVDs. And I see Adventure Time there, and I was like, oh, I really want to get it, because I just got Daniel finished watching the first season.
Mm-hmm.
And so Daniel's like, oh, yeah, let me just get it now. And so we go over back to the cache, like, immediately after, and we want to go buy it. And the guy gets off the phone. Sorry, I just breathe. The guy gets off the phone, and we're like, hey, we want to buy this. And he's like, well, you could buy that anywhere at any cache, you know. And he was like, yeah, but we're here right now.
And you're
like,
buying something else.
He's like, well, I have to go to the front or whatever. So he tries calling over another employee who's already talking with the customer. He was like, hey, just forget it, I'm going to the front. We basically followed him back to the front, and I'm pretty sure he stopped to talk to another customer. Oh, and he goes all the way to the front, and he just goes to customer service to pick something up, and then goes right back.
Ugh.
Like, it would have taken you a total of like 2 minutes to put the DVD through for us, but you had to be douche canoe and
douche canoe.
Yeah. It was really annoying. I was like, why are you even working in electronics?
Yeah, really.
That's like in the Renfrew Walmart. You have airheads working there, and you're just standing there. You don't notice that I might need help, you know?
The thing is, though, at least they're not,
douchebags.
Douchebags, yeah. Like, The thing with electronics is, like, it's the second biggest department other than, like, groceries.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons, like, and, you need customer service people kind of in there. Like, if you suck with helping customers, you shouldn't be in electronics.
I get so annoyed whenever I see, like, people who are really bad at working in electronics, because I'm like, I'll
You
take your
don't
job.
deserve this.
I'll take your job.
I
I'll do a better
do.
job than you.
Yeah, that should be like a requirement in electronics. You actually have to know things about electronics except for how to turn them on.
Yeah.
Because that's like what I swear, like, especially with like half the girls there, not to be like stereotypical, kind of like girls don't know electronics in a sense. But
I've
like
never seen a girl working in the electronics department.
in the Redford one, there's a
There's older women working at the electronics that maybe don't know a lot about like video games, but they're at least
they still help out.
they're good at helping and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They know how to work with customers, which is really what you really need. Because if you really need help with something, you could ask somebody else or whatever. As long as you're not being like mean to your own customer, like that guy was, you're not gonna, come off like.
I bet that guy didn't even know anything about electronics.
Probably. He doesn't deserve that job in electronics.
No.
And it's like the most wanted job, too.
Yeah.
Is
I want to work in Walmart electronics. Just because
Yeah.
I don't like working with food. I work with food right now. I want to work somewhere where, like, my knowledge would go to use.
Yeah,
It's
right?
like it's like how earlier I was watching Eat Street and a bunch of girls were like, "Oh my god, we're so totally foodies." And then Michelle was like, "That's what they say at my workplace."
Yeah.
What? Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
You kind of just gave away where I worked, but,
Not really.
yeah, because that's their
Really?
slogan.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
It's
Well, that
cool.
would be
They also mentioned where we live.
Well, I don't care about where we live. It's just now I can't talk about work.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've been going for a while. So does anybody have
Yeah.
anything else that they needed to talk about?
Yeah, if you work in electronics, don't be a douche. Ta-da! Life lesson from
The
Rebecca.
more you know.
That's the, like, fortune
That's the
cookie of the day.
Don't be a douche in electronics.
Don't be a douche anywhere, please.
Yeah.
My life
Nice.
motto.
That's a nice life motto. I like it.
Also. Thank
Don't-
you.
Ah.
Anywhere.
Anyway, we should
Anywhere at all.
We should wrap up now.
Yeah, we should. So, this has been episode 4, I believe.
Of the Boondoggle.
It's episode 4.
Boondoggle.
Boondoggle.
Of the Boondoggle podcast.
Boondoggle.
Boondoggy.
I
Call him
started
doggy.
shortening it to the Boondog.
Boondogg.
Podcast.
So, follow
My mom
us
calls
on
it a blog.
Twitter.
We don't have
Twitter. Don't
We
follow us on
probably
Twitter.
We probably won't get one.
Follow us
could
on...
We could make a Twitter and then
Never
make updates
updated.
that completely do not relate to anything at all.
That's where we can put all our bean puns.
Oh my god! That's a really good idea.
Who
Official.
wants to moderate that? Because I
It
don't.
should be a pun of
Not
the
me.
day
I'll
Twitter.
do it.
I don't
Oh my
know
God.
how to tweet.
Yay! Kelsey now has something to do other than look at food blogs.
Now we're almost all
And
moderating
go
a
into the
different
Boondoggle
thing.
and change whatever I like.
Plus, then when your brother comes up with something brilliant, you can just put it up. Bam.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna say, not all of the puns will relate to beans.
Yeah, it'll just be a pun Twitter. So look forward to that, because that is going to happen because we said it.
Can I
Might
just
as
say
well.
something? My brother, I think, tried to explain what it is that I do every Monday to my mom. And she thinks it's like a blog
Oh.
thing. Because
Oh.
she's like, oh, you're going to do your blog thing now. I'm like, yeah.
Wait,
I don't wanna-
vlog?
Blog.
Oh.
Like what Tumblr is.
At least it's
Blog.
better than what my dad thinks. My dad thinks I'm part of a cult now. I don't know if he's joking or being serious.
I would think joking.
I
My
explained
parents are always just like, you think that they're more important than us?
Duh.
Parents guilt trip a lot. What, don't like my soft tacos?
You don't want to come watch
I
TV
eat
with
too
us?
much of them.
And then there's my mom. I just said that, well, I don't even think I said that we started doing this, but she's at work anyway, so it doesn't even matter. I said that we're going to be starting a podcast, and it's basically like a pre-recorded radio show that we post online. And she was like, oh, okay.
Why my mom knows is because every time, like, we go to do this, she ends up coming, like, every Monday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how does this happen? It's happened like 3 times. She was here earlier today.
So now you basically told her, don't come
On Monday.
one day.
No, it's been known now that I will be in my room not talking to them. Talking to you.
And then there's me. I have to be like,
Open
bye.
the door.
And then there's me. I have to be like, bye. I'll see you in like a couple of hours. I'm just going down to the cottage to talk to people. That's not weird at all. That's probably where my dad got the whole cult thing from.
You're communicating with the spirits.
Satan.
Spirits of the river.
Anyway, we were wrapping up.
Yeah, like 5
It
We
years.
do this every time.
I know. We don't know how to wrap up. Okay.
At least we're consistent about it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so follow us on Tumblr soon. Follow us on Twitter whenever we make it. We'll post a link on our Tumblr.
gonna have a
And
lot of fun
subscribe
with
to us on YouTube. And we'll see you...
thought you said subscribe.
What?
Now, I thought you said subscribe to us on Pinterest, and I'm like, God damn it, no, we don't need
Yeah,
one.
we're gonna make a Pinterest, and no.
It'll all be
We're
beans.
gonna make a MySpace.
Here's a lima bean, and here's a kidney bean. Here's a can of beans.
So, yeah. This,
Beans
yeah.
from the garden.
Just, we'll talk to you next week.
No.
See you later.
See you cool beans later.
Bye.
Bye.